The numbers are talking among themselves. This equation is truly beautiful.
In the early 20th century, mathematics was defined by a strict, uncompromising code. You didn't just simply propose a discovery, you had to construct an airtight, step-by-step logical proof for every single claim. The true global epicenter of this formal system was Cambridge University, a place built on the sanctity of institutional rigor. Its absolute champion was G.H. Hardy, a brilliant mathematician who believed that rigorous deduction was the only path to truth. In this environment, mathematical intuition was dismissed. If you couldn't prove a result through formal logic, it was considered scientifically worthless. But in the year 1913, that logic was completely challenged by a letter sent from a low-level shipping clerk in Madras, India. It contained 120 complex theorems on number theory and infinite series, results so sophisticated they seemed to come from another dimension of thought. For Hardy, the letter created an immediate crisis. Despite the density of the math, the clerk had included no formal proofs to support a single one of his claims. Hardy was stuck in a logical loop. The formulas were so alien and brilliant that he realized no one could have possibly invented them as a hoax. They had to be true, because no human possessed the imagination to fake them. The author of those impossible theorems was Srinivasa Ramanujan. His presence forced a question that the establishment wasn't prepared to answer. How do you verify a genius who bypasses the rules of logic entirely? Ramanujan arrived at Cambridge as World War I began. He was an outsider in every sense, isolated by a foreign culture and a continent at war. The collaboration was a constant collision of worlds. Hardy was a strict atheist who demanded deduction, while Ramanujan was a devout Hindu who relied on his faith. Ramanujan believed his discoveries were divine. He famously said that an equation had no meaning unless it expressed a direct thought of God. Faster, more urgent tone. Working in near-total isolation, he would calculate rapidly on a cheap slate, forced to erase his work as he went, because he couldn't afford enough paper to keep a permanent record. This friction created a partnership that produced 21 major papers in just 5 years, redefining how mathematicians handle everything from infinite series to partitions. Among his most staggering outputs are formulas for the value of pi. His equations stack calculations to reach extreme precision instantly. In just 2 terms, his series reaches 16 decimal places, providing the basis for modern supercomputers to calculate pi to trillions of digits. He also mapped out new geometric structures using the tau function. This icosahedral tessellation visualizes the incredible complexity of his work on modular forms, structures that didn't exist in Western math before him. But the work was killing him. Cambridge's harsh winters, a lack of proper nutrition, and a severe internal illness rapidly destroyed his health. He was eventually forced to return to India. Even on his deathbed, propped up by pillows, he feverishly filled his final notebooks with theorems. Ramanujan died at age 32. He left behind thousands of results that the mathematical community had no idea how to prove. It was a tragedy of lost potential, a mind that had finished a roadmap for the future of math, but died before he could explain how he found the path. Ramanujan's death sparked a century-long treasure hunt as mathematicians across the globe tried to make sense of his final notebooks. For decades, the establishment was forced to work backward, attempting to formally prove the intuitive leaps that Ramanujan had seemingly made in seconds. You can see the scale of this effort on this timeline. Proving just one of his estimates, the Ramanujan conjecture, was so difficult that it eventually earned Pierre Deligne the Fields Medal, mathematics' highest honor. Ramanujan provided the raw results that forced the rest of the world to build entirely new logical frameworks just to prove his intuition was correct. On his deathbed, he discovered something he called Mach theta functions. At the time, they were purely abstract, a set of functions that seemed to serve no logical purpose. Decades later, physicists realized these functions describe how quantum states are organized. Today, they are the specific tool used to count the internal states of black holes, allowing us to calculate their entropy and the information hidden beyond the event horizon. We have even reached the point of creating the Ramanujan machine, an AI designed to hunt for new mathematical formulas purely through pattern recognition, bypassing the need for human proofs. Ramanujan showed us that human intuition can leap vastly ahead of our ability to explain it. It is proof that we don't always need to see the path to know exactly where the destination lies.